The Light of an Unknown World, Chapter 1. A science fiction story about the alien kingdom. A story written by Parks&Stories. A legend said, once upon a time there was a mysterious light. A light so bright as the sun, a light full of magical power, that it could give life to a planet. No one knows what planet. The planet was so hidden from the world, until one day a star shines so bright above that planet. The people from the system of Holgar, also better known as the Holgians, start to investigate the mysterious light. Holgians are an intelligent kind of aliens. The Holgians lived on 7 different planets. At the east of the Holgar system, there was a planet called Unipiar, a small planet with a lot of life. Not far from Unipiar, there was a planet called Oxinyor, one of the biggest planets from the Holgar system. Oxinyor had one of the biggest cities from whole Holgar and a lot of wildlife. At the center of Holgar's system, there was the biggest planet and the capital planet of whole Holgar called Orios. Orios, the center from Holgar. The planet where the ruler is, the palace of the king, the planet that gives the power to all the planets from Holgar. The ruler, a true leader, that is there for his people. A true king with a lot of power, very well protected. The king of the Holgians. His name was Holios. Holios protected his people like a family. People listened to him as the stars from Holgar around every planet. Holgians have the size like a normal human, but their skin had different colors, from the rainbow. Some of them are red, some blue, some yellow, and so on. Special creatures. Some of them have 2 colors. They have 2 eyes and a tail. The tail was very unique. Every single Holgian have a different tail and pattern. Holgians have their own language. They recognize each other with their patterns on the tails. However, the king itself had a very unique one. To show his power, he was bigger than any other Holgian. His colors were red and gold. The Holgians have special ears. They have ears like a human but just a little bit smaller. The Holgians were born to fight for their planets. The king, his army were well-trained Holgians, men and women that fought until the death. Each planet had at least one commander to protect it. Not far from Orios at the west of Holgar system, there was a planet called Montios. Montios was a planet where the barracks of Holios' army is. The commander and one of the right hand from the king was called Amios. He is a protector from Monitios. The commander from Oxinyor was called Charlotte. However, Charlotte was the only woman as commander and right hand from Holios. From Montios, more to the southeast, there was a planet called Eskundar. Eskundar, the second biggest planet from Holgar, Eskundar was a place of life and cities, and a place where the state government was. This place is also very well protected, as the king visited Eskundar a lot for ruling the wars and so on. The commander from this very powerful planet of Eskundar, which makes him the high commander under the king, is called Enyos. Enyos had a lot of power, but he respected the orders of his king. wherever Helios was. With him, he protected him together with a lot of other royal guards and elite troops. At the south, in the Holgar system, there was a medium-sized planet called Ignisis. Ignisis was a planet where the Holgians live, in medium-sized cities and nature and special magic rivers. The commander of Ignisis was still very young, and somehow he climbed himself to the top. A young adult Holgian, his name was Leander. Leander was the youngest commander from whole Holgar, but unfortunately Leander was threatened by a few evil Holgians that they will kill him when the time comes. However, King Helios knew about this, and as a commander, Leander is one of the right hands. King Helios gave the order to protect Leander 24/7 by the elite troops of the king. Helios visited Leander from time to time, as he see Leander as his own son, because Leander is still very young. Leander protected Ignisis very well. Not far from Ignisis there was a dark planet called Tenebris. Tenebris was a dark planet because it was far from the sun of Holgar. Tenebris is at the west of the Holgar system. Tenebris is dark but isn't evil. The Holgians on the planet lived underground. The commander of Tenebris is called Ventius. Ventius was a good commander and he tried his best for the king. Every time when King Helios is on the move, a half of an army followed him to protect him from every threat. These special forces are the royal guards. They were with at least 10 each time. When the king summons his generals to the planet of Oreos or Eskandar, the generals bow for the king each time out of respect. Of course, the generals got some protection from their own troops too. As far, this is chapter 1 from The Light of an Unknown World, a story by Parks&stories. To be continued. Thank you for listening to the first part.